The city had spent the last 7.5 years and $12 million on an exotic plan to remodel the rink. The whole project was finally abandoned last spring when the new cooling contraption wouldn't make enough ice to chill a six-pack. In desperation, the city turned the project over to this man, flamboyant real estate tycoon Donald Trump. Trump said he was so tired of looking at the mess the city had made, he agreed to take the job for no profit. He not only finished it under budget, he finished it in 3.5 months.
I really wanted to prove a point. The cities, New York City in particular, but the cities are so wealthy. If we could only save the money that we're wasting.
Let's go, ladies.
Trump, you've done great things in your life, and I just wonder, how do I, as an average person, begin?
Well, first of all, never think of yourself as average. You started off with the wrong question.
And your limo broke down. Husband and wife pulled up behind, and the husband basically said, I'm going to help him out. So he helped out the limousine, and a week later, the husband and wife received the deed to their house paid off. Was that a true story?
It's true.
Donald Trump, he has his name on more buildings in New York City than any other person. And besides that, he is one of the most generous people I know. He wants you and your mom to have a very special check. And when we talk about Donald Trump, when he gives out checks, we're not talking chump change here. You know how much that's for? You get all those zeros right?
Stand right over here. If we can make a good deal on the salary, she's going to probably have a job, okay? All right, good. Where's your daddy? And your mommy, right? Well, do you want to go back? Do you want to go back to them, or do you want to stay with Donald Trump?
Trump.
I got to know Donald Trump after he spoke here in 2012, and I learned so much about him that the public never hears, and I wanted to share that with our audience. Right after he visited here last time, I called him about a large Christian ministry in another state that needed some help. I learned within a day or two he had donated $100,000 of his own money. He learned about Clyde Frazier Jr., who ran the Harlem Hoops tournament in the inner city and was killed in the 9/11 attacks, and he searched down the family and he donated the money to keep that tournament going. Example after example like that of just generosity that never made it into the public's eye.
You take care of yourself. I'll see you soon. All right?
This sounds like political presidential talk to me. And I know people have talked to you about whether or not you want to run. Would you ever?
Probably not. But I do get tired of seeing the country ripped off.
Why would you not?
I just don't think I really have the inclination to do it. I love what I'm doing. I really like it.
Also, it doesn't pay as well.
No, it doesn't. But, you know, I just probably wouldn't do it, Oprah. I probably wouldn't, but I do get tired of seeing what's happening with this country. And if it got so bad, I would never want to rule it out.
She said, Mr. Trump, could I ask you one final question? What? You're worth a fortune. You have a beautiful family. You can do anything you want. Why are you doing this? Why would you do this? And I said, you know what? I've been so lucky in this country, had such success and enjoyed my life, and I have hopefully some really good years left, and I want to give back to the country. I just want to give something back. That's all it is.
Trump has been saying that he will run for president as a Republican, which is surprising since I just assumed he was running as a joke.
President Obama will go down as perhaps the worst president in the history of the United States! Exclamation point at real Donald Trump. Well, at real Donald Trump, at least I will go down as a president.
It's a new world, Hillary Clinton. It's a new world. It's a new world. It's a new world, Barack.
I am officially running for President of the United States, and we are going to make our country great again. Over the course of your life, you will find that things are not always fair. You will find that things happen to you that you do not deserve and that are not always warranted. But you have to put your head down and fight, fight, fight. Never, ever, ever give up.
I continue to believe Mr. Trump will not be president. And And the reason is because I have a lot of faith in the American people.
Our movement is about replacing a failed and corrupt political establishment with a new government controlled by you, the American people. This is a struggle for the survival of our nation. This election will determine whether we are a free nation or whether we have only the illusion of democracy, but are in fact controlled by a small handful of global special interests rigging the system. What truly matters is not which party controls our government, but whether our government is controlled by the people. Because today, we are not merely transferring power from one administration to another, or from one party to another, but we are transferring power from Washington, D.C., and giving it back to you, the people.
As President of the United States, my highest loyalty, my greatest compassion, my constant concern is for America's children, America's struggling workers, and America's forgotten communities. I want our youth to grow up, to achieve great things. I want our poor to have their chance to rise. And the sacred duty of every elected official in this chamber is to defend Americans, to protect their safety, their families, their communities, and their right to the American dream. Because Americans are dreamers too. This is your time. If you work hard, if you believe in yourself, if you believe in America, then you can dream anything. You can be anything. And together, we can achieve absolutely anything.